May is National Lupus Awareness Month, and this afternoon we want to spotlight someone who may be diagnosed with it but is not defined by this illness, and that's why we are here with Kyla Wright, our Miss North America. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're so excited to have you on to kind of start this conversation, but we have to mention not only do you look fabulous in your crown and sash, but the purple with for lupus, it all comes together.
Of course.
Yes, but we got to go back to that moment when you were diagnosed with lupus. What was going through your mind?
A lot, especially because as Miss North America, there's always something going on. I always have children to talk to, community service to take part of. And actually, I was doing community service in about 2 hours, and I received a phone call from my doctor that the results came back positive and I was diagnosed with lupus. So I quite literally had to compartmentalize and say, I have these babies I'm visiting in the NICU at Detroit's Henry Ford Hospital, and I have to focus on this moment and not just be selfish and focus on my moment.
Wow.
So I immediately was not only thrown off, but I thought about the fact that I'm here helping these children. Who are other people that I can help? And ironically, and my mom said it's very on brand for me, that next day after I was diagnosed on March the 4th. March the 5th, I reached out to the Lupus Foundation of America and asked them, how can I help? What can I do? How can I be a voice? How can I be a lending hand? How can I truly use this diagnosis for good? And because it's not always beautiful and it's not always perfect and it's not always pretty. And I want people to know that, knowing my story and essentially going along in this journey with me, because obviously I'm not even 2 months in yet.
Right.
So taking this journey with me is very important, but taking it with the Lupus Foundation of America is really important to me.
Well, that is just so beautiful that one of your first moments were thinking about others and not yourself, but I'm glad that you're able to take people on this journey, because a lot of times people feel like they are alone with this, especially with lupus. It's kind of known as kind of being more of like a silent disease that we might not see on the outside. And I'm assuming, did you know much about lupus before you were diagnosed?
I did not. I have a sister-in-law who has lupus, but I didn't know much about it even from her. So I had a conversation with her after I received that diagnosis, but I didn't know much about lupus. I'm still learning so much about lupus. Even 90% of lupus warriors are women. So as a woman, as Miss North America, it's important for me to reach and touch other women and to use my voice and to use my platform and to really talk about this, because ironically, this is my first time speaking publicly about my lupus diagnosis. So it's important, though, for me to use a platform like this and to use this stage to let everyone know, no matter the glitz and the glam, we're all silently suffering. Quite literally, I'm in the middle of a flare-up right now, actually. So lupus it's an invisible illness, and you never know how someone feels on the inside based on what they look like on the outside.
Absolutely. So I guess for people that don't see that, well, how can the community help out those that are suffering from lupus when they don't know what flare-ups are, or how they can help so that they can assist you rather than be a burden?
Yes, absolutely. You know, there are plenty of resources that the Lupus Foundation of America has. There are toolkits, there are press kits, there are statistics that you can look up to help people. You can see some of those warning signs, but make sure you also check out with your doctor. If something isn't right, make sure you ask those questions, because on average it takes about 9 years to get that diagnosis.
Oh, wow.
So it's not something that you're going to get today. It's not something that you're going to get tomorrow, but you have to be super persistent in that journey. And that's something that I was, and it's not easy, and it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to always look easy, but at the end, as long as you're supportive and you make sure you have support and you surround yourself with that, that's what's really going to help lupus be just a little bit easier, even though it never really will be easy.
Yeah, well, we are so glad that you're clearly a true warrior, and thank you so much for sharing all of this. And I know that you are using your platform as Miss North America, as well as being a part of the Lupus Foundation of America. I guess, how can we support you on that journey? What are you doing?
Yes, so definitely March 10th is National Put on Purple for Lupus Day, and it's World Lupus Day. So make sure you guys put on that purple on Saturday, May 10th, and support all of us. Post hashtag World Lupus Day. Make sure you support us. Reach out to other lupus warriors, and also I have a social media campaign called Crowned in Our Crowns that embraces queens, beauty queens, and our queendom. And I'm challenging all of my fellow beauty queens out there to put on your purple and hashtag Crowned in Our Crowns and put on purple for Lupus Awareness Month and also every other month.
Yes, well, thank you so much, and thank you so much for being so strong. You truly are an inspiration, and we appreciate you taking the time and being so open with us. I know, hopefully, I know someone at home definitely can relate and feel stronger. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, and we're going to continue these important conversations and making someone feel worthy as well. We got Mr. Worthy joining us right after the break, of course.